What's up, my loves and fellow creators? We're going to get started in just a moment. We're just letting some people get online so we can share this story today. I'm so excited. I am super excited to bring our special guest on today, but we need to see some people get in the room and we need y'all to share this video. I am going to offer to celebrate because this is a super big deal. The guest that I'm bringing on has been able to exit her 9 to 5 and fully support herself by doing what she loves to do. So in order to celebrate that, I'm going to do a 75% off coupon code for whoever is on this live today. So if you go ahead and share this video, I'm only going to do that if we get, let's say, 35 shares. I don't know why I came up with 35, but it's 35 shares. So let's get 35 shares on Facebook. Let me go ahead and give y'all my Facebook so we can get that going. Hold on. It should already be on my Facebook. I'm going to make sure so I can tell you exactly what to share. All right, look, Cora already shared it. Look, Cora is trying to make this work for the team. So teamwork makes the dream work. Y'all go ahead and Cora's on it already. I didn't even have to tell her and she shared it. So I'm going to go ahead and share it to the Innate Creatives group. So you can't do that, but share it anywhere else. And if you happen to share it to your group, let us know what the name of your group is so that we can shout you out. Okay. So that's networking right there. That's free advertisement. All right. So we'll wait a little bit to get some shares, get y'all in the room. Let's see how many folks we have. We have 25 people here. We can get 25 shares now. We can get 25 shares for sure. So I'm going to give y'all my link so that you can go on my page and you can share it anywhere because my posts are public. All right, so y'all go ahead and start sharing the video. If you want me to go ahead and bring on our guests, I need some fire in the chat. Fire in the chat. Now, I don't know what's showing up right now on this screen. There it is. I thought I was on the screen. I'm just on here talking and stuff and waving my hands around. All right, so let's see some fire in the chat. Fire. I know there's a little delay on the YouTube-ish, but that's all right. Awesome. So y'all are ready. Well, our guest today is truly phenomenal. As a matter of fact, I have to tell you the story about just recently this week, what happened that just really tickled me. And I wanted to immediately bring her on the show. So I have been watching her progress through the academy. I am very rarely seen because I'm really behind the scenes now, working a lot, but I do check on y'all. And when I check on y'all, I love what I see. And a lot of times if I see really great progress, I'll just tap in and, tap you on the shoulder. Hey, I see what you're doing. I love what you're doing and keep going. Right. So I go to my little DMs where y'all know I don't check my DMs. So I go to my Facebook Messenger and I look for Miss Chandra Blow. So I look for Chandra and I'm like, hey, I have a message from Chandra from April 1st, y'all. April Fool's Day, which happens to be my birthday. So already that's a good day. And it's a great message. The message says, matter of fact, here, I'm going to pull out the message. Is that okay? I love this. Let me see. Hold on. Before I can pull it up, I'm going to read it verbatim. Let's see. Hold on. We had a little conversation after that, so I have to go to the very first message. All right. So April 6th is when she sent the message. Okay. It says, hey, my favorite genius, Dr. Shanon. I've been getting a lot of questions about my neck tag labels. Are you able to finesse it and add this to the academy? And actually, this is something that I've been doing for the brands that I'm helping to do their order fulfillment. So this was right on time too. I'm telling you, when you do things on your path, things just happen in alignment. Says also, it just casually. Also, thanks to you, I put in my 2 weeks notice at my job for one. I don't even know if Chandra knew that my birthday was April 1st, but listen, that was phenomenal. So I messaged her literally last Friday. I said, "OMG, I'm just seeing this. I'm excited for you. What? Oh, you exited your 9 to 5 on my birthday." I was just writing to congratulate you on the great success that I've witnessed. So I was just literally going in there just to give her a quick little hey girl, I see you, keep going. And this is literally a connection of what it is when you put out the work, when you commit, and you're doing things in alignment with what it is that you're meant to be doing. So I'm not going to tell her story. I'm going to let her tell her story, and I'm going to bring on Miss Chandra Blow at Blow Prince. Make sure that you follow her on Instagram at Blow Prince. Okay. Before I bring her on, now I need some flowers. I need y'all to throw me some flowers. Let me see if I can get some flowers out here. And I see y'all sharing. I see y'all sharing. This is a story that you want to share. Why? Because how many of us in the chat right now are working 9 to 5s right now, and we want to exit those 9 to 5s and do what we love to do? How many of us are doing that? Give me a one in the chat. And y'all come on over to YouTube so I can see your comments. Come on over to YouTube. Come on over to the YouTube side, because I'm going to close out. Well, I can't close out of Facebook because I got to see your shares. Right now, let me tell you what your progress is. Y'all have 5 shares. Y'all have 30 more shares to get before I give y'all 75% off coupon code that will work for everything, including the Automizer. If y'all want that reward, you got to put in the work. And the work is really sharing. That's all you're doing. You're sharing so that somebody else can lock into this information. So I want us to celebrate this. I want us to understand that this is you too. This is not just an exclusive one-time event that happens to some lucky person. So without further ado, I'm going to bring to you Miss Chandra. Give it up, give it up. Hold on, let me bring her on. Woo! How are you doing?
Good. Everybody, I'm sure y'all know me because I'm always posting in the group. So, hi, everybody. I had some people inbox me yesterday because they thought the live was supposed to be yesterday. And they was like, where you at?
Oh, but look at you. You got anticipation already. Where they're here, you're here. And I just feel like this is a beautiful story. I really I thank you for being willing to share your story too. So many times we do stuff and we don't realize how telling our story can really be the catalyst to helping others, but also to helping ourselves. So when we are of service to others, that is the utmost way that we serve God. And essentially in this creative world, when we can help people and be creative, like that's the ultimate dream. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, so I am Chandra. I am 35 years old. I
Look,
have
35 was the number that look. We
okay,
didn't think today.
I
Okay,
didn't realize what 35 was. Yeah.
we always say an even number. We always say 30, 40, 50 shares. I've never said a five at the, and I even said, I don't know why I said 35. Look, this is alignment right here. Go ahead, love. 35.
Yeah. So we have 5 boys. We got 5 kids. Me and my husband together. We lost one of our sons, and I'll go into that in my story. But we have 5 kids, and I have a husband. So I'm the only girl. Okay. So
Cool.
I'm gonna tell y'all my story from the beginning. My story started in 2016 when I got married in 2016, and one of my friends told me about a cricket. Right. So I was asking my husband, I want a cricket for Christmas. I want a cricket, right? So he got me the cricket for Christmas, and I started Blow Prince February 2017, and I didn't even know how to use the cricket yet. Okay,
That's
so
all right.
I was literally purchasing every design online. So if it wasn't a design online, I couldn't do it. I didn't know how to design at all. And Design Space was my program of choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I spent hours designing and I didn't know how to design. So I was very stressed out every time I got an order. Okay. So, and in 2017, I got my first sewing machine from Walmart, right? So I was learning how to sew. I didn't know how to sew at all. I got a sewing machine from Walmart, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do shirts with my Cricut, and I'm gonna sew burp cloths for babies. Like I was just sewing whatever I could sell. I would try to sew it, right.
Mhm.
So then I got pregnant in 2018 with my son with my husband, and we lost that pregnancy, and I ended up quitting my business. I was like, I'm just gonna quit my business. I'm just gonna work. It's just easier to just have a job. Like I don't feel like dealing with all of that no more, right? So I quit my business in 2018 and 2019. I just didn't do it, right? In 2020, I got pregnant again with my last son, right? And when I was pregnant, I was like, well, it's kind of stressful, but I'm just gonna work. It's just easier, right? And then the pandemic happened, and then my job, they started, they was laying people off, but I was pretty safe because I was like one of the good employees, right? And then they started laying people off after that. But what happened was after I gave birth to my son in 2020, the end of 2020, I didn't want to go back to work. I was like, I want to stay home with my baby.
Right, right.
But I ended up having to put him in daycare at 3 months. Like I
Mhm.
had to put him in school December of 2020, and I had to go back to work. And I was so devastated. I worked from home, but I worked on the phone. So I couldn't have him home with me. Right.
Mhm.
So I was so sad and stressed out because I had to go back to work. I was working part time, but still I didn't want to have to put my baby in school. So I was like, I have to find a way to be able to make this work so that I can not have to go to work.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, in 2021, I was like, I need to learn how to use Photoshop and Illustrator. So I started with Illustrator, and I got on like Udemy, like Skillshare type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So I'm like, I need to learn Photoshop and Illustrator. And my son, who was 16 at the time, he's 17 now, he knows how to use Photoshop. So I'm
Mm.
like, well, teach me so I can learn. Now I'm thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna learn Photoshop and I'm gonna be designing and it's gonna be nice. No. I, the stuff they was teaching was just like the essentials, but I didn't know how to apply it to
Mhm.
what I was doing. That was the issue. So I was trying to learn Photoshop. My designs were still ugly. They was plain. I was stressed out because my stuff wasn't looking right. Like it was
Mhm.
still like looking plain, right? So one of my friends who worked with me at my old job, she always like she used to craft, but she used to tell me like you're good. Like I'm gonna add you to this group. She told me about sublimation, and when I got
Mhm.
my first, that's when I got my first eco tank, and she added me to the sub so hard group. So I was like, oh, okay, because she was like, you sew, and then I'm trying to get you a sublimation. So she added me to the group, and I was seeing everybody post their work. So I'm like, I can't do this. You think you added me to this group? I don't know how to do this. Like, I'm like, you believe in me more than I believe in myself, right? I'm like, I don't know how
Mm.
to do this.
Mm.
So in that group, I met Tony, and I got the t-shirt pattern from Tony, and then I met Q. So Q was posting all of her work in that group, and I was like, "Oh, I want my stuff to look like her stuff, like that."
It's
So
cute from So Pro Academy. And Tony, he's phenomenal too.
I,
So yeah,
so
you good yeah,
I
you good people.
so I inboxed Q,
Uh-huh.
and I got her, and I was like, she probably ain't gonna respond, right? So I was like, Q, I want to learn how to do what you do. Like your stuff looks good. Like what kind of printer do you have? What kind of press do you have? And she told me the printer and the press and was helpful. And I was like, dang, I don't want to, keep getting on this girl nerves, but I'm like, keep messaging her. And she always responded. She was so helpful, like
Mm.
so helpful, her and Tony. So she told me what printer to get. She told me what press. And then she was like, she posted the ugly Christmas sweater in the Sub So Hard group. And I was like, oh, I want to know how to do that. Like, how did you design that? And she was like, in Photoshop. I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna be. She was like, well, I'm working now to get a template for y'all. And that's what she was like. She collaborated with you. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I heard it in a lab, but I didn't know what it was, right?
Mhm.
So she was like, join Innate Lab group. I'm like, okay, cool. So I joined the group, and then I started watching your videos. And then you was like, anything you need, message Erica Kane, right? So I messaged Erica and I'm like, Erica, like, how do I get the templates? Like, what do I do? I'm like, so she like joined the academy. So I'm like, okay, what's an academy? I don't know what that is. Like, what do I do? So I joined the academy at the $30 at the time membership. Like I was like, oh,
Ooh, then you got in good. It's
good.
what, $50 now?
In time, literally, I got in right before it went up. So I
Uh-huh.
talked to my husband. I was like, listen, because everything I look at like an investment into my business. So I'm like, listen, it's $30 a month because I had to talk to him into Photoshop. I'm like, okay, Photoshop. I'm gonna get the student discount and I'm gonna do all this. So I was like, listen, another $30 ain't gonna kill us. Let me just invest into the academy. And I was like, what Shannon said, you know, I was like, it's worth it because you get the 4 templates, right? So even if I don't like it, I can always quit. It's not like it's an obligation. I can always just leave the academy. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I got it. I got my first 4 templates, and I got the ugly Christmas sweater template, right? So I got in. I just started like every day. I was doing a class and following
Mm.
along with the replays. And I had my baby, so I couldn't do the live. That's why I didn't do the $60 one. I was like, I
Yeah.
have my baby. I don't want to miss out on class, so I'll just do the replay and I'll go at my own pace.
Mm-hmm.
So I started playing around the templates, and I was like, okay. And then like if something I don't get it, I'll call my son like, hey, what did she just say? What am I trying to do? And he'll help me out. So then I was like, I can use Photoshop. Like, so I started playing around with the templates, mixing templates together,
Uh-huh.
taking something from here, taking something from there. Then I started just buying all the classes, right?
It's addictive. It's like Pokemon. You got to collect them all.
At the time, we had the what was it? The coupon code where it was just in our thing. I was like, ooh, okay. So I'm gonna buy. I literally just buying. I'm like, I ain't gonna even wait for the classes to unlock. I'm just gonna start buying classes. Because I was telling him, I'm like, listen, if it's only $7, like I'm gonna sell one shirt and I'm gonna make that back, like, you know.
Yeah. You.
Then yeah. So then I was it was February. And then I started just posting a lot in the group, posting my work.
Mhm.
And then in March, you I think it was March or February, you gave me a free template because you was like I was the most active in the group and you gave me a free template. You gave me Shopify 201. And then I used
Ah.
the coupon code and I bought 202.
Look, you gonna maximize your resources, your
I was like,
investment.
I'm not gonna wait because I need to get this store up, right? So then in March, you did the TikTok challenge where you
Mhm.
did post for 2 weeks because Shannon said so, right? And
Yeah.
you post for 2 weeks and you get the jigs. And I was like, ooh, I was like, I need those because I'm trying to do the all over shit. So I told my husband, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna post every day. And I was like, listen, I probably won't win because there's so many people. I posted a video every day. On the last day of the challenge, I posted this shed getting delivered, and then I won. I won the
Look, you won on the day that you got your shed.
yeah, no, I won. I think it was like April 1st or something like that. Like I won for
Oh, for that time period.
yeah,
Yeah.
the last day was when
Awesome.
I got my shed. So I won a jigs, and I told him, I'm like, I won a jigs. He like, what's a jig? Like, I don't know what that like. I'm like, you'll see. So it's I won those.
That's
I was like,
amazing.
yeah, I was trying to win. I'm like, listen, the more stuff I win, the less money I have to invest. So let me just try to win.
Absolutely.
So I won that, and then I joined the challenge that you did in May. You had a challenge in May. I joined that challenge, right? I paid
Mhm.
the money to join the challenge. And then I got a commission from my affiliate link that was of the amount that I paid to join the challenge.
Look, look. You over here rolling, investing in yourself, and investment rolling right back to you.
I was like, okay. So, but yeah, it was. I told Q, I'm like, Coach Q is the reason why I am in. Like, she was like, join Innate Lab, and I'm like, okay. But that was my journey to Innate Lab. Like that was a journey. But then you did the branding course, right? Because I was like, I didn't have a website. Even after getting 201 and 202, I didn't have the, like, I was trying to perfect the website, like trying to
Mhm.
make it to where customers will go on my site and be able to purchase things self-explanatory, not have too many questions. So I was like, and I saw Coach Chrissy website. Now I want to do my website over. But I use 902. I think it's 902 branding,
Mhm.
and I got my cards done.
You got some fancy cards there. So tell me a little
Yeah,
bit about your cards and what gave you the idea to do your cards that way?
listen. So in the course, you stated that the suede cards with the UV coat and raised UV was nice. So my, me being extra, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna offer printing to my customers. So when
Mhm.
I give you a card, I need you to see the most luxury card. Like my card got to be the best card. So
Amen. I
I
see that
my
you
my son designed my logo.
that's what I told you too. I love your logo. It is
Thank you.
actually a logo that you can trademark, and we're gonna get into that too. But y'all, look, the UV is that clear stuff that kind of reflects, and you almost is subtle until you see it. So
Yeah,
you can make certain parts of your card glossy, and the suede part makes the other part super matte, and it's super soft, and it has a thick feel to it. Right? It's not just like a flimsy card.
it's thick.
So,
Like it's thick, and when I give it to people, they're like, "Ooh." Like
ooh,
they, yeah,
immediately, right?
and I'm like, I can do that for you. And I offer the standard ones for people who don't want to invest too much up front. But I let them
Right.
know, listen, we're gonna make an impression with, like, listen, with the print company that you gave us, because I can't, I can't share the plug, okay?
Because
But
it's in the class, but it's in the class.
but I got 1,000. I got 1,000
Yes,
cards
yes.
for a very good price, like very, very good price. So no, and I'm waiting on my flyers. My flyers on the way. So yeah, I can't share the plug, but I'm telling y'all, 902 is 902.
I
902.
think yeah, it's yeah, not I think it is 902.
102, yeah. And
Mhm.
that one, and it helped me because I learned how to, because I didn't really know how to design for print. So in
Mhm.
that class, you taught us how to format it where we use a template and not
Mhm.
go outside the lines.
Mhm.
And like I didn't know how to do all, like I didn't know how to do all that in design in the right format. I was like, okay. And I changed up a little bit, but I was like, okay, I could print. And I was telling my husband, because he know every printer I want, I get. Like I have 3 Eco Tank 15,000s. I got one for sublimation,
Uh-huh.
one is regular printing, and one is eco solvent. So I have 3 different Eco Tanks, right? And
Wow.
I was using your class. So I don't know if it's a class number. I think no, I think it's 135, where you was showing us how to use Photoshop to color correct and fix the
Mhm.
colors and stuff.
Mhm.
So I had some issues with that printer, but now I love you. See, I bought 2 more, but you was showing us how to fix those colors. So y'all
Yeah.
joined.
Yeah, the 1500, for those that don't know, the 1500 is initially it's a dye printer. It's not a pigment printer. So if you look at the difference between a bottle of ink that's dye ink and pigment ink, pigment ink is opaque. The easiest color to tell is your yellow. So see how yellow looks like this like sun golden kind of opaque yellow. If you get the ink from your original printer and it's translucent, that means it's a dye ink, which means that it's not going to be formulated exactly right. Let me turn it around so y'all see my true colors label, but it's not exactly going to be formulated the same way. So you have to play with the modes within there. So that 135 is a free class. Y'all download that class, and it's going to tell you how to like manually shift your colors and stuff. But thank you, Chandra. I appreciate that plug. And if y'all want a 75% off, because Chandra's telling you about all these times she was able to get these things at a discount for the low, we need 35 shares. So real quick, Chandra, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna check on them, see if they did what we need them to do to get that 75% off. And that's 75% off any class. Y'all only got 12 shares. Y'all ain't serious. Y'all don't want this 75% off code. Look, LH says, share, everybody. Please, I need this 75% off. This is where teamwork makes the dream work. And listen, this whole experience, I wouldn't be where I am. Chandra wouldn't be where she is because this academy would not exist if it was not for the team. So don't be shy. Share the video. Let people know. how they can be successful too, because I'm positive you have some folks that need to hear this information right now. They need this in order to push through the day. So don't be stingy, okay? Share, 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 like Zakia says right now. So that is the link. Go ahead and share that. Okay, and back to our regular scheduled message. Chandra, go ahead, love.
So, so I had planned to quit my job by 2023, right?
Hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna quit my job. I'm not returning to this job. The last straw was New Year's Eve. I had my baby, and he would get sick all the time, like my little baby. And we were supposed to be off New Year's Eve. His
Hmm.
daycare was closed, and we worked on the phone. And he's breastfeeding, so I was like, I don't want to be in a situation where, because I'm a good employee, when I work, I give it my all. I don't, have to do anything. So I didn't want to be in a situation where they had to say something to me about my baby, right?
Right.
So I called the job and I was like, hey, my baby's daycare is closed. I thought we would be closed today. Is there any way I can do something else? Because I was trained in different departments. I can do different stuff. So I asked them, I'm like, hey, can I do processing emails today, maybe? Because my baby is home and he's, wants to be on me and I don't want the customers to hear. The manager told me, she was like, if you can't work, call the call off line. So she didn't acknowledge, like, she was just like, that was her answer. If you can't work, call the call off line. And I was like, well, I can work, but I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can do. My baby is home. She's like, well, if you can't work, call a call off. And I was like, okay. So I didn't call off because my baby would get sick all the time and I didn't want to end up getting fired for my attendance. So I had my older boys was home that day from school. I don't like to put the baby on them because it's not their responsibility to take care of him. But
Right.
at that day, I was like, you know what? Let me just do what I need to do, get this day over with, and figure it out.
Yeah.
So that was New Year's this year, right? That was
Mhm.
before like all of the stuff happened. That's why I was going so hard. For those months, I was like, oh, this my last year.
You
So
already knew
that was my
it.
last year. That was it. I was like, no, something got to give. I'll drive for Uber. I can't do this no more. Like I was done. So April 1st. Like now, mind you, I already had my resignation in my Google Docs. So I
Mhm.
already wrote my resignation. I just need to.
You had it planned out.
Whenever I would get mad at work, I'm like, let me just.
Let me just add to this resignation letter.
I was
I
like,
love it.
I had it already. I had it. I was like, I would email it to myself, like just as motivation.
Like, let me practice hitting send on this thing. I'm gonna send it to myself, but one of these days I'm gonna send it to them.
Listen, I was done. But my husband, he was like, listen, my husband is a truck driver. So he's like, but he's home every day. He's not like over the road or anything. But he's like, listen, like we're good. Like if you quit your job, we're good. We're not gonna be, we're not gonna go without. Just do it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to quit my job. I'm scared because like what happens if I fail? I don't want to put us in a situation. Like I don't want us to be, in a situation because I wanted to quit my job so bad. Like and then I mess us up financially.
Right.
Now, mind you, I already had a shed. I had a 10 by 8 shed, like tiny. It was like a
Mhm.
small. When I put my big printer in there, it took up the whole shed.
It was that was half the space. You couldn't even spin around in there without hitting the printer.
It literally took up the whole thing. So I was like, so when I first got my printer, it was in the shed and my press was outside. Okay. We have like
What?
a carport. My big press was outside. So I'm like, we in Florida. We is in Miami. Like it was raining.
Uh-huh.
Like dust was flying. I'm like, I'm pressing white shutters.
Humidity.
This not gonna
Yeah.
work.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out a plan. And I was like, okay, so we gonna add on to the house, right? So I'm like,
We got big dreams over here. Shoot. We gonna do a whole edition.
we gonna add on to the house. I'm gonna have a home business. We gonna add on. We got a quote for the add on, and it was $143,000. I was
Oh, oh, oh. I might as well add on a different house. Like what is that?
like, okay, no, that's not gonna work. So I was like, well, then I started seeing people with a shed. I
Uh-huh.
was like, okay, I already got a shed. So I know a shed can work. So my husband can do electrical. He can do drywall. He can do everything. So all right, I'm gonna just do the shed. So I got a quote. The shed was $8,100, but it was in North Florida. So
Ah,
we drove up there.
you drove out my way then.
We
Okay.
drove up there. We got the shed. They delivered it. I had to organize a crane, everything, like everything. They delivered the shed 2 weeks early. So that was the day on March 12th.
Mhm.
They delivered my shed to here, right? My husband started putting drywall in. He did the electrical. He ran a, what is it, a 220 for the press.
Yeah, yeah. And he had to put the plug on the end of it, right?
He did everything. He put everything,
Yes.
he did it. And we had it set up, right? So I was like, okay, like right now my wall's not even painted in here. It's still like construction. We put in the air conditioner. I was like, as long as I got an air conditioner and insulation on the walls so I don't pass out, we good. And so on April 1st, I called him and I was like, I quit my job. Like I was joking because I called him like April Fool. So I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I quit my job.
Oh, that was that test right now. Go ahead. Let
I
me
was
hear
still
that.
working, but I was on break. And I was like, I
Uh-huh.
quit my job. And he was like, okay. I was like, I'm so sorry I didn't talk to you about it first. Like,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't do you like that. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't take it no more. He like, listen, I told you. You've been quit the job. You've been doing good. Like, I see you working. You got this. Like, go ahead. And
Look
I'm
at that.
like, well, I
So
was just,
who was April Fool then? You was April Fool. Like, hey, what?
I was like, well, I'm just playing, but okay. So when I hung up the phone with him, I called my accountant, the lady who did my taxes. I'm like, listen, I'm about to quit my job. And she was like, okay. She was like, okay, like I've been monitoring your books. I know you can do it. Like I've been telling you to quit. I was like, yeah, but I'm just so scared. Like I don't want to be in a situation, right?
Mm.
So she like, just quit the job, girl. You part time. Like just quit the job. Like so I'm like, okay, cool. So I quit the job. Cause even with that, I was making a decent amount of money at that job.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, I emailed my manager and I just sent her the resignation that I had in my Google Drive. I just changed the date and I just wrote my name at the bottom and I emailed it to her. So she wrote back and was like, "Well, this is a surprise. Like, I'm
Is
shocked."
it? Is
I'm
it?
like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, And I didn't tell her anything about my business or anything.
Mhm.
But there's a manager that I really like at the job. I called
Mhm.
him and I told him everything about
Mhm.
my business. Like I told him everything, like this is why I'm quitting, this is what I'm doing, just telling him everything, and he was happy for me and everything like
Yeah.
that. And the crazy part is that 2 weeks after I left, they laid that manager off.
What?
They laid that manager off. And I was like, I'm just so glad I made moves when I did because
Mm.
I don't know how I would have got through graduation season if I had a job. Because graduation, literally, I quit. My last day was April 14th. From that next day to like the beginning of June, I was
Mhm.
inundated with orders. Like I couldn't even think. Like I was like, I can't think right now. Like
Yeah.
I was so
Them
busy.
growing pains, those growing pains, baby, they'll stretch you. They're gonna stretch you now.
I had to hire help a couple of
Uh-huh.
times from my cousin. She does like she knows how to do it too. I was so stressed out. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, it was good problems to have, but
Right.
I think that month I made over $7,000. And my accountant called me because
Yes.
she had my she had my QuickBooks. So she called me like, girl, you,
What you over there doing? What you
I'm
slanging
like,
up there? I'm slanging t-shirts, baby.
it was just
I
order
love it.
after order. Like
Uh-huh.
I was charging them rush fees because people were like, oh, my baby graduation is tomorrow.
Mhm.
Okay, I can do it, but you're gonna have to, it's a rush fee.
Yes.
But now it's like I was shipping everything out. Now my focus is getting my foot down where I'm at locally
Mhm.
because I was shipping everything and I'm like, okay, with the holidays, I don't want to be in a situation where shipping is delayed and
Mhm.
orders not getting to people. So I'm just
Right.
trying to get my name out locally, which is why I'm printing those flyers
Yeah.
to pass out locally. But yeah.
This
It,
is amazing. This is all amazing stuff. Listen, you ran us down a whole story, and we all sitting there glued to the screen.
it was a journey. I tell people that was my journey to Innate Lab. I tell anybody, I'm like, it's nothing personal against your courses. You might be great. I said, but Shannon is the GOAT. I'm so sorry.
Whoa,
You
wait a minute.
you taught me how
I'll take
to
that little snippet and make sure other
listen.
people know that too.
It's nothing against them, but Shannon is the GOAT. The reason why I'm gonna tell y'all Shannon the GOAT. Let me tell you, I wrote this down because I didn't
Oh,
want.
oh goodness. Don't make me
So
blush.
let me tell y'all. Hold on. First of all, you brought Black women together to support each other. Like this community is. I haven't had any like cattiness or
Mm-hmm.
hating or like
Mm-hmm.
it's basic. Like even like Erica is so helpful. Like your assistant, she's so helpful. Anything I've ever
Amazing.
asked her,
Amazing.
she's always so helpful. Get
Mm-hmm.
me all if it's fast. Like I'm messaging her. I go back and she done wrote back like, Erica, thank you. Like she is the best. Also, um, you don't just teach. You don't give us your templates as like, oh, I'm gonna keep giving them templates so they can keep buying from me. You actually teach us Photoshop. I can go into Photoshop right now and create a design from scratch with no template. I can design without template. The templates are resources where
Mm.
I don't have to go in and design from scratch because I have a template. But if I needed to, I can. If I have a vision, I can go in and create it from scratch because
Yes.
of the templates. That too, like you say you don't teach us, you don't give us the fish, you teach us how to fish. Like I
Yes.
can literally go into Photoshop and create my own design from nothing, right? And
I'm
you
loving
taught,
this. I'm quiet right now. You got me quiet, Sean. You're like, this doesn't
yes,
happen
you
often.
taught me, listen, you taught me how to be efficient. Like my when I had my Cricut, I was literally like, I can just make, one shirt an hour. I'm making 20. I'm like, no, I'm not making $20. I'm making about $5 because of materials and the shirt. No,
Mhm.
I can listen. I've had 1 hour where I pressed like 15 shirts. Like I can literally print it out, print like 1 hour.
Yep.
The other day, because now with my schedule with my boys, I work from 9 o'clock in the morning until like 1:50, and I go pick up kids from school. My day ends and I design in the evenings. That's how my day works with my family. But
Mhm.
because I work for myself, I can design my day however I want. So
Man, that's the goal. That's
my
the
press gets cut
freedom.
off. My
That's
press
the
gets cut
freedom.
off. My husband said, I support you, but you're a wife and a mom first. Like I need you to be my wife and mom. So yes, I have a business. Yes, I'm online and stuff, but I have to take care of my family. So I work from 9 to 1. I cut the press off. I design in the evening while I help with homework.
Yes,
I come out
yes.
after dinner. I print out what I need to print out. The next day, I'm out here pressing while the kids are in school. Like
I
that's
love
my day. Like I'm literally wife, mom, everything.
I love
So
it.
basically, you taught me how to scale my business to make more money because I was not scaling my business. I was literally to show how my shirt would look. I was wasting materials to create a design to make it
Make it
to
simple.
take a decent picture.
Yep.
And you gave me a mock up with class. What is that? Class 125.
Uh-huh.
125 is the mock. I like that's the mock up right there. Okay.
That's the one. Coach Chrissy got 125
Not
popping.
125, not 125. What's the mock up? 126. What is the
Oh,
mock up course?
you talking about the mega mock-up where
Mock
it
up,
has
no, the one with the shoes and the shirt and the
oh, that's 122. Yeah.
122. Yeah, that one. That is the class. That
Oh,
mock up
yeah.
is the mock up I use for everything. I think some of my customers think that's a real shirt because one time I sent it to them, like, you made it already. I'm like, no,
No, just my Photoshop skills is that fire.
like you made it. You fast. No, no. Then you gave us better designing skills and better designs. Like in my area, I'm like the GOAT. Like I get people who do shirts. They're like,
Point. Yes.
they're like, oh my God, I'm trying to get like you. I'm like, listen, Innate Lab, like, and I tell them, and they don't. I think they think that I'm like trying to blow them off. I'm like, no, literally everything that I've learned from Innate Lab. Like I didn't know how to design. I was you. In a lab is how I learned. Like that's where I learned from. I'm not joking. Man, you told us be efficient with your time, your energy, and your resources. I was like, that was like the thing. I'm like, I was not being efficient with my energy, my time, my resources. I was wasting so much time.
Mhm.
Time is everything when you're trying to make money. Like,
Right.
so
It's
no.
it's it's more important than money. It's great because you can always find a way to get more money. You can never ever find a way to get more time. And
Exactly.
that's what we have to realize. That's our most valuable resource.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So that was my, I was like, no. I told my husband, I'm like, listen, Shannon, I will forever, I don't care where I am in life, Shannon is, I will forever be grateful to Shannon forever. Like, I literally watched your first YouTube video yesterday. I was like, I went all the way down. I was like, let me watch her first. I was like, how did I not find her until 2021? Like, I wish I was around from the beginning of the academy days. Like, you was teaching Photoshop on YouTube in 19. I was like,
That was literally my I used to go to McDonald's because I didn't have stable Wi-Fi at the house that I was renovating. So I would go up to McDonald's and I would take, just like you, I would schedule out time in the day. And I was like, this is what I love to do. I'm gonna make time for it. And I would do it for free. I would go answer a question in some of these sublimation groups and say,
yeah,
hey, you want to know how to put wings on this? Or, I'm gonna show you on YouTube. Join me here for free. And then I would just go to McDonald's and you might hear people like flipping burgers in the background or calling out orders, but I was committed and I was there. And the whole reason why I was doing it was to help people. So if you do things with service in mind first, and you know that you're literally in this to help humankind, like God's blessings are already like set up for us. We just aren't claiming them because we're stuck in these modes where we're so drained and we're so bogged down and we're so discouraged by the lives that we have that we're too tired to design the life that we want. Right. And that's what when you woke up and you realize, hey, I'm going to design my day. I'm going to design my life. Like, this is it. It's starting now. And it is scary, but it's no scarier than realizing that if I don't do it, this is going to be the rest of my life, guaranteed, if I don't take this risk. Then
right,
how will my children feel about me if I'm not at my best and they see me hating what I do all day? Like, and they're a part of your process. So like you said, your son is teaching you Photoshop too. This is something that you're going to be able to pass down to him should he want to really invest in this business as well.
right,
Those things are
exactly,
priceless.
right. And I tell him like yesterday, I was like, listen, I was showing him something. I'm like, show me how to do this. Like he is a Photoshop. He knows Photoshop real good. But at one point, I was like, maybe it's just easier to say like, just work a job. Just like I just couldn't think. I was like, you know what? It might be easier to just work this job and just say
Mm-hmm.
forget the business because it was just a lot to get started. That's before I found NA Lab. I'm like, it just might be easier to just go to work. Like it's too much. But you broke it down. Like other YouTube channels, they'll tell you just enough to get you, but they don't really tell you what they need to tell you to get started. You literally listen, you need a website, this is the course. You need business cards, this is the course. You need to learn how to design, this is the course. Like it was I was like, because it wasn't closing the circle. Like I was just like, I should have been found her. Like it's like you held my hand, like, girl, come on, let me show you how to do it. And you always say, like, I got you. And I'm telling y'all, she's serious. Like she got you. If you have a t-shirt business, she got you. Like everything I learned, and I've been in business since 2016. I was not able to scale my business. I was like quitting, starting back up, like, oh, it's too much. I'm gonna start back up, but no, she got y'all.
Thank you so much for that, Chandra. You don't know like what this means to me. This means everything to me. This is the whole purpose of starting this movement because it was about. I'll tell you, my first few customers were like 60-year-old Black women. It was just like, look. I see what you're doing. Won't nobody teach me Photoshop. Look, if you could just sit down, this is when I was just making YouTube videos for free. If you could just sit down with me for an hour, I'll pay you for your time. And I was like, okay, I've tutored before, I've mentored before. Sure, I'll do that. So I started charging $30 an hour. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm helping people get results. And they're bragging. Like they're out here like, look, this is what I did today. And then I know what people are thinking like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And so then more people started asking me to do one-on-ones, and I changed my rate to $60 an hour. I got to the point where I started making the templates and teaching on a group model, and then I didn't want to do anything one-on-one anymore. So that was a way to scale the coaching side of it. So Chandra, while you're saying all of this too, I think you have what it takes to be a coach and to help other people and guide other people through the process, because that's what I'm doing now. Like my whole goal is to say, okay, like I disguise what I teach in ways that doesn't feel like it's teaching you anything, because otherwise you get discouraged and you want to put it down. So when you're doing a template, you just feel like you're just in there clicking away, but you are really learning advanced level concepts within Photoshop, like levels and fading off an image and doing the smart colors and all of those smart objects that everybody was afraid of at first. Like I was afraid of the smart objects at first, but when I found out how efficient it makes a file, I started designing like a computer program. Like, how can I make this super efficient? When I go into it, I can get it done. So now we started with 10-minute templates. We're into 5-minute templates now. We're able to go in there in 5 minutes or less and change our artwork so that we can get on with the day. So we got something else that we're introducing. Chandra, you might be interested in this too. So we're going to start having virtual designers that can flip the templates for you so that you can get to marketing your business. You can go out there in your local market. You can pass out your flyers. You can go connect with your schools. You can go connect with your community. You can go to the basketball games with things on and make sure that people are seeing your work. And then that way, when you come back, you have your designs already lined up and done for you. All you have to do is print and press and go. Right. Like literally, this is my next phase. And I want y'all to know that the reason why I stay offline is because I need to stay in my brain. And I come online just to make sure that every time I come online, I give value. Then I have to crawl back into my space, which is usually my mental space, so that I can help create the next thing. So I'm always thinking, always innovating with you in mind, because as soon as y'all tell me your woes, like I'm over there with a notepad listening like, my babies ain't finna be crying and trying to quit on me. What can I do? What can I do? Right?
Yeah. And we appreciate it.
Y'all help me develop the solutions. It is a team effort. So anytime I see the complaints or the I'm almost about to quit, I'm like, no, we can do this. We can scale it this way. We can design in 5 minutes. You can also, hey, do I need to show y'all how to go into Facebook Marketplace and promote yourself? Like, what do we need to do? And this helps us realize how we can connect with one another. Because I'll tell you this, what you have, Chandra, is rare too, where you have a spouse that understands and supports what it is that you do. It is fairly rare, right? But some of us don't have that, and even the ones that do, we still don't. They may not understand us exactly. This community almost understands exactly the things that you're thinking on a daily. The way that you want to quit this day, and yeah, you got the orders this day, but now it's so overwhelming you don't even want to press it the next day. Like, so sometimes even the success can be overwhelming. So this is why this is a community and not just a website where you buy something. I wanted to make sure that we have the support, not just the support for the templates, but the support for one another. So thank you, because I know that you're always posting, you're super helpful, and those are the things that we need too. So I'm completely in awe of your success. I know this is just the tip of the iceberg. Do you feel that? Do you know that?
Yeah, because I'm like, it's when I make something, or I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I could make that. Like, it's like I'm actually about to work on some. Like, I got these shorts here.
Oh, show us around the shop. Look. Okay. Oh my God. Look.
Got the shorts on.
Did you make those?
No, I didn't sew these. No, these are just all over press, right? Because I was trying to offer these, but I was like, no, I'm gonna have to sew them because I'm a perfectionist. Okay.
But yeah, the voids and stuff, but those look so good. Look at the setup. Okay, give us a tour. Tell us what you have here so we can see.
So this is my 3 eco tanks.
Go eco tanks.
They're on the lazy Susan, so I can see the
Oh,
back.
that's so smart. That
Yeah,
is
I
so
got them on the
cute.
lazy Susan so I can see the back.
Yes.
And then I
Yes.
have a cover stitch, which in So Pro Academy, so I can learn how to use. Okay. I got two sergers, and the reason why I got two of the same serger is so that I can put black thread in one and white
Girl,
thread in the other, so that I don't have to rethread a serger to do a different kind of cut and
I
sew.
got the same setup. Look
Yeah.
at us.
And I got my sewing machine. So let me make y'all laugh. So this is what I had to do my all over blankets before I got my big heat press. Okay. So you don't have to have a big heat press to do all
Yes.
over stuff. I
Yes.
had this thing and I would be on the floor, okay, pressing a blanket. I was literally piecing it together before I even knew about a towel template. It was a mess, okay? It was a mess. This is the big boy here.
Yes. Look at Big Boy over there
I got the
chilling.
big boy. And then I still got my little babies over here. These are the two
Yes.
babies, my hat press that I use for my neck tag labels,
Uh-huh.
and then my 15 by 15. So I still have everything. And oh, and I got my silhouette cameo,
Uh-huh.
my maker, and my baby. That was my first
Together.
cricket that I ever got. Right. And
Yes.
um this is my big boy
Big
and
boy
my
number two. Yes.
so when I had a
Look
baby
at
in here,
her. Yes.
when
Yes.
I have a baby in here, he could watch TV. So
I love it. You have optimized your space
yeah,
and your way of doing work. Like this is phenomenal. I'm so incredibly proud of you. This is so inspirational. This is so inspirational because like looking at the timeline of things, you have really collapsed the time that when I tell you how long it took me to learn Photoshop and to do these things and to learn sublimation and to figure out what was right and wrong, I went through 20 different inks. I went through messing up all sorts of things in order to be able to say, well, you know what? If I could give somebody else the key, if I could shortcut the process, then it's worth a little investment. And that's exactly what, what this is. It's a small investment to be able to collapse the time of my 20 years of, you can look like you have 20 years experience in Photoshop in a 10-minute template. Hey, let me buy that because that didn't exist when I was working. I used to be up till 2 o'clock in the morning every morning at my shop, just because that's the only time that I could really get quiet time to design. And then when we would design stuff, it would be designing for one time, and then we flip around and have to make something else the next time. So the idea of templates did not come about until I started teaching Photoshop. I started teaching y'all how to design from scratch. And I was like, "Well, where y'all at? Where you work at?" And y'all was like sitting there eating popcorn, watching me on YouTube. In 2019, I said, "All right, so let me try this. If I give you this file, if I charge $20 for this file, and I tell you that you could change it in 10 minutes and make it look like your own." Would y'all buy it? And then there was a resounding yes, like, oh yes, I buy it right now. Matter of fact, what's the cash app? How can I? And I didn't even have like that set up to be on the website or anything. So it's almost like you find a problem, you find problems to me are gold. So a lot of times we like to like run away from problems, but the problems are the gold that if we can figure out how to create a solution, how to bridge to what people want, then people will find us. We don't have to find them. And you're providing that for your community, you're providing that for your online customers, because the problem is they see ugly designs. The solution is, hey, I got this fire over here and I can do it quickly and efficiently. They're not used to that. You're not doing that the little crunchy shirts with, we used to have to do the iron on back in the day. That's why I started sublimation. I was like, I can't do the crunchy shirts. I'm sorry, I'm not walking around with a shield on my chest. It's hot.
right,
It's hot in Florida. Those don't work too well.
right.
So yeah, so we're finding solutions, and for every solution, basically every solution provides 10 additional problems, right? So now that okay, I gave you one template, but hey, here's another problem. Now I need something remembrance related. I need something sports related. I need something for the socks. Or so every time we develop new problems, there are new solutions, new ways to make money, new ways to help others in humanity. So this is like I'm so happy for this conversation. Listen, y'all, I hope that you all did what you needed to do to get this 75% off code, because I have a hard stop because I have a meeting at 12. Hopefully some really, 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 really great information comes from that meeting. It is regarding scaling and marketing on the YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram side. So if I can get that information, every time I get information, who's it going to? It's going to y'all.
And I joined the Build a Better Brand Challenge too, because I'm
Yes,
like,
y'all
I need to be in there.
Build a
Yeah.
Better Brand Challenge. Yes, that's where we're going to talk about the website, making sure you have your cards or all of the things that go into it. A logo that you can trademark like yours.
Yeah.
We need to go over those things because a lot of us are working and we don't have the end goal in sight. So my goal is to show you what the end looks like. You're still gonna do it ugly. You're gonna do it now. You're gonna do it ugly, and then you're going to improve. Because if you wait till you're perfect, done. What is it? What's the expression? Perfect never gets done, right? Like perfect is never, ever, ever going to get done. And done is so much better than perfect. Okay. Done is going to get some results. Perfect is never going to come, so it will never get results. Okay.
Right. And
Just to let
I'm gonna tell people too, because like remember I was on the fence about $30, like $30, but no,
yeah.
hey,
It's an
$30.
investment.
Yeah, it's an investment, and my return on my investment, and it's probably more. I'm estimating I made over $20,000 so far, and
You
my
say what now? What? You said that so casually. What?
$20,000.
Oh my gosh.
And it's because money is in different places. So
Yeah.
I'm sure, like
You don't even notice
$30
it when
a
it
month,
comes.
over it's a great return on invest. If you buy one template for graduation season, I only sold one template. I only did 125 because I told people if you need a custom design, I can't take your order. I'm so sorry. And I had one person ask me, "Oh, can you do this different design?" I'm like, "Unfortunately, no. I'm so busy, I can't. I'm doing this design. I can change it to your school." And she just went with that. I didn't have no issues. One template, 125 graduation. That was it. Like no.
Listen, and here's the thing too, Coach Chrissy took 125 and only did that template. Like sometimes you can take one resource and she got it on a flash sale for $10.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, I just gave y'all the 75% off coupon code link. Go ahead and click on that. Go ahead and click on that and use that because you all earned it because you shared the video. You did what you were supposed to do. Y'all got the word out. Go ahead and click on when you click on the link, it will automatically apply that coupon code. So y'all have to thank Chandra for this because if it was not for her being online today and sharing her story, I would not have been motivated to share the 75% off coupon code. So please take advantage of that. Y'all have to get ready for this next meeting. But Chandra, it has been phenomenal speaking with you. And this is not the last time we're going to talk. I'm going to see if you're interested in coaching because I think you're ready for it. I think it will be phenomenal. And I would love to be your coach to get you on to coaching.
Thank you.
Yes, love.
Yeah.
And keep doing what you're doing. Keep posting. Keep being amazing. And I'm sure you're going to have some people in your inbox and your DMs.
Yeah,
So
they be in there. They be in there.
that means that you're making impact. And when you make sure that passion and purpose is leading, then the profit will always follow. And if we stay by that and we stay with the mindset of service, then and making sure that we're charging for our service too, charging what we're worth. We can't forget about that part. We can't do everything for pennies and peanuts and then expect to really flourish, right? Because we got a family to support. So congratulations on everything that you're doing. I'm extremely proud of you. And this is the tip of the iceberg. We on the way up. I can't wait to see the further success. Y'all make sure that y'all give it up. Say thank you to Chandra, and make sure that y'all show support. Chandra, Blow Prints is the website and the Instagram.
Yeah, so I changed. So I had Blow Dot Prints on Instagram. I think we was in the 902, and you was like everything, make it match.
Make it consistent.
So I made it all match. At TikTok at Blow Prints, Facebook at Blow Prints, Instagram at Blow Prints, and then it's blowprints.com.
Amen. And that's it. That's all she wrote. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all, thank you so much. I love y'all. I appreciate you dearly. And until next time, Chandra, you want to join me in saying this?
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.